to talk about the way I was feeling this morning. I woke up and I just felt really kind of low. I was really tired to begin with, and on top of that, I just felt like I had these negative thoughts in my head about what ifs of everything. About what if I don't succeed at this art? What if I'm not able to continue on this journey of doing my art and doing what I love? And that was really scary to think about. But I just was sitting there really tired. I'm missing my husband so much already, even though it's not even been a week. And and I just went on a walk with Summer, my little baby puppy, and I just let my thoughts happen. There's so much that you could think about that could just send you down a spiral of what ifs. But then the more I thought about it, I was just like what point in our lives is there not a what if? At what point? Every day that we live, there's a possibility of something bad happening or something not going our way. And it's how we deal with that, how we deal with those fears, that determines how things turn out for us. I guess what I'm saying is, like, I started thinking, so I have these thoughts of what if, or I have these negative thoughts. So what am I gonna do with that? I'm not, like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna just stop? Am I just gonna go, oh wow, that's really scary, and this seems like it's gonna be so much work, and what if I fail, and what if everything I do is not actually worth it, and I wasted time and money and effort and everything. So what am I gonna do? Just not do it? Like, not try to do the thing that I love to do and that I know that I'm supposed to be doing and that I want to do every day? No. Like, I'm not gonna stop trying. You could easily let those feelings just bubble up, and then you just, before you know it, the whole day is gone, and all you've done was doubt yourself and doubt the journey of what you're supposed to be doing, instead of just listening to your heart and you're listening to your fear. That was just something I wanted to talk about and record, because everybody has those fears, no matter what it is that they're doing, of like, what if? And you can still have those thoughts and just choose to ignore them, at least the best you can. You could choose to ignore them and say, so yeah, a lot of things could go wrong. But what am I gonna do with that? Am I just gonna be like, yeah, I shouldn't do anything? If you go down that rabbit hole, you're never gonna leave your house, because things could go wrong. You could step outside and a giant piece of hail hits you in the head and kills you. So what does it matter? I would suggest that if you're in a bad mood and you have negative thoughts and you just really want to get out of your head, go on a walk. If you have a dog, go on a walk with your dog and just enjoy it. Walks are always good for you, because I think when you're moving, it really helps for your thoughts to move as well. And the faster you can cycle through all those negative thoughts, the faster you can get to the silence of, oh, like, that was it. It was just a bunch of negative thoughts. Like, that's all it is. It doesn't hold any power over you. And then you just enjoy the moment after that. Like, you can have them, but then once they're done, you release them, and they can't actually hold power over you. I hope that I'm able to articulate this okay. I mean, look at this. Look at this puppy. She just needs to get some food, she needs to have some fun, and she needs to go on walks and get her energy out. And that's all she's concerned with, and she is so freaking smart for that. She has no cares, just vibes, really. She's just vibes. And she's amazing and magical, so just get a dog. That is my suggestion, literally. Just get a dog, because they will help you. When you see how effortless they are to live, and how silly they are. They are just freaking goofballs. I have my tarot cards. Well, I have one of my decks here. I would like to show the others off, and I'll link this in the description, because these cards, this was the first deck I got, and it really stood out to me. I just wanted it so bad because of the color scheme and the artwork. That's pretty minimalistic artwork, and it's beautiful. So I only have 3. I didn't want to collect a ton of tarot decks because I just didn't want to have like so much that I'm like, which one do I use today? That actually sounds pretty fun. I would get more, but I just didn't want to. I don't want to have too many things. I don't need that many. So I have 3 decks, and they're very different from each other. I love this tarot deck. It is called the Weaver Tarot. It's really pretty. I'll show you. I was just gonna pull a card really quick, just for fun, but it has gold foil on the side. Yeah, the sides have gold foil. And it's like iridescent on the insides of them. Got this a few years back. It was like $80, but it was very worth it. They're so fun to look at. They make me happy. So glad that I got them, because I don't know that I would spend that much. I probably wouldn't spend that much again on a tarot deck, at least not for like a long time. Because you really don't, I don't know, every tarot deck does have a different energy and a different feel, so that's the benefit of having multiple, I think, is you're going to get different messages depending on the artwork. And you could have the same card in 5 different decks, and the message would be slightly different in all of them because of the energy of the person who did the artwork. They have just, their art is a lot different, so the vibe that they were trying to create was so much different. So you're gonna get a different message. Yeah, I'm gonna pull a card. Maybe I'll fan these out. Drink my coffee. I got a skull mug. It has 3 sets of teeth, and it's terrifying. And my husband actually just noticed that, and I was just like, yeah, that's messed up, but I love it. It's creepier and makes me happy, so. Alright. I'm always like struggle with how to pull a tarot card, because there's just so many ways you could do it. And I'm just like, I don't know the best way to do it. Like, do I fan them out? Do I like put them in my hand and just pull one? Do I split the deck? I I don't know. I haven't intuitively figured that out unless one just falls out, which I've seen happen to people. And I'm like, how did you get that to happen so perfectly where it was like, yep, this card flew out of the deck and that was the one that I choose. I'm like, that's never happened to me. That's amazing that that happened to you, but I'm not great at intuitively pulling. I'm really good at the pick a cards on YouTube because they have crystals on top of those cards, and all the crystals are different, and you just pick that one that stands out most to you. I'm just gonna, here, I'll show you. I feel like it's this one. It's got to be that one. I mean, look at that. That stands out. Okay, let's pull it. We got the Wheel of Fortune. I believe that's a major arcana. So that is a pretty big life event. Like something that's very big theme. I like the artwork. Even, it's so minimalistic, but it's, I don't know. And I love this too. So, alright, and it has a book that comes with it, so I can read to you what the book says about the Wheel of Fortune. Alright. Okay, so it says, cycles, good fortune, universal force. The Wheel of Fortune carries the message that everything is a cycle, everything changes, things come and go, and then come and go again. There is nothing we can do that will prevent life from unfolding. With that being said, this card carries a lot of luck and harkens the spirit of destiny. When the Wheel of Fortune finds you, be assured that awesome things are on their way. Often this card comes up when you are at the precipice of a big, good change. Wherever you find yourself in the cycle that the Wheel of Fortune brings, remember that it is still a neutral force. While we view events through the lens of good and bad, there are larger forces at play and they are always intertwined. We cannot have good without bad. We cannot know how amazing and healing love is without having experienced its void. Accept the challenges when they come up and remain rooted in the dreams you are working toward. Okay, I think that you're going to experience negative things and positive things. Everything's always moving and you can't always be happy and you can't always be sad. You can't always be doing anything because everything is always changing. I'm gonna look it up online too because I really like to get a couple different sources of what other places say about it. It gives me a better idea of what I think about it. I go to this website called Labyrinthos. I'm sure that a lot of other tarot people go on there, and let me know if you do tarot, if that's something that I'm doing wrong, or if you also go there, because there's something about the way that the website's designed and the way that everything's laid out that I really enjoy, and it makes it easy to break down everything. Iconography on these cards is very different from the traditional iconography on the original tarot decks, like the Rider-Waite deck. So a lot of the symbolism is going to mean different things possibly. So that's another thing. It's cool to look up different sources to see, is there an overarching theme on all of these cards, or do they mean different things, or they kind of play into each other. So it says, the Wheel of Fortune turns evermore, seemingly to communicate that life is made up of both good and bad times. Yes, yes. It is something that is subjected to both kings and workers, and that nobody on earth can avoid that what is fated. Okay, so if I take this, another cool thing about this website is there's different categories of your life, like career, love, and finances, things like that. And you can, whatever you were thinking of that you had in mind when you pull the card, you can think about that and you can look it up on this website and it'll tell you. So for example, if you're looking at career and finances and you pull the Wheel of Fortune, you can look up career and finances category under the Wheel of Fortune and see what it has to say about that. This one personally says upright career meaning, which, let's say, because the biggest thing I've been focusing on is my art and building a living with my art. And so that would be pretty accurate for me. It says, big changes may be coming when it comes to your career. Should you be considering making a switch in your career path or your position, now may be a good time to make those moves. Try and be more aware of the opportunities that are in your environment for you now, and say yes when they arise. Sometimes the changes that are coming your way may be difficult and challenging, but these can actually be blessings for you to develop your skills and get you ready for future growth. Embrace these changes and make yourself adaptable. Going alongside the flow of these changes is likely to bring you success. So I can easily apply this to my life right now because I have had opportunities present themselves to me and I have been listening to this advice. I have just been taking every opportunity that I see that comes my way, that I can make my art, and somebody would pay me for a commission or pay me for whatever. I have not said no to literally any of them, and they've worked out in my favor so far. Everybody has been happy with their work that I created, and everybody has paid me fairly for what I have done, and it's helped build my portfolio. So I'm going to take that advice, and even if the opportunity that I get is going to take a long time and it's going to take a lot of effort and there might be challenges with it, I am taking that opportunity no matter how hard I think it might be. I'm absolutely not passing up on that because doing challenges, work that is challenging, is only going to bring you growth. Why would you not take it? That's just putting out there into the world that you are capable of overcoming those challenges and you're capable of doing something that's even more than what you thought you might be able to do. So if you do it, then you're doing it. You might think, I don't know, I've never done this before. I don't know how to start. I don't know what to do. But as soon as you say yes and you start doing it, you're doing it. That's as simple as that. You can just choose to do it. And once you start, challenges will present themselves along the way and you just figure them out because that's what it's about. I don't know. I feel like this was kind of for me more than anything, but it was definitely helpful for me to get these thoughts out and get these ideas out of my head and amp myself up to continue working on my art, continue pushing forward with whatever it is that I want to do. Because I have a lot of ideas up in here. I got a lot of ideas of things that I want to accomplish with my art. I think the best we can do is listen to, if you put your art out into the world and people are responding in some way, in a positive way, and they go, let me commission you, pursue that direction because that's going to bring you some money initially. Keep pursuing those as far as marketing goes, but also make sure to do art that you enjoy and put that out into the world too. And every day do something, even if it's not something that is huge, that is like mind-blowing, But if every single day you're doing something to put yourself out there, even if it's just creating art on that day, you're one step closer. Okay, real quick, I know I filmed a time lapse of the like elemental tattoo commission design that I was making, but I didn't show you the final result because I couldn't record when I was actually really getting in there and doing like a second draft of it because I just felt so I needed to get in the zone, and it was hard for me to just put the camera where it needed to be to really see it. So anyways, here is what the final design looked like. So here's the first one that I was working on. Actually, it's upside down. Yeah, and I redid this into a more like refined version of it. And here's what the final one looked like. And they were happy with it, I'm happy with it, and I'm actually gonna ship it to them today. I'm gonna send it to them. I'm gonna send both of them because why not? They can just have both references and just put on their wall or whatever they want to do with it. But I'm so excited because it's gonna be a tattoo. That's really exciting that somebody wants my design on their body. It just makes me want a tattoo now. I know I've been wanting another tattoo. I have one on my shoulder, but I would like one that can kind of extend it down, and I would like to get a pathos, that kind of going up my arm. But yeah, just doing a tattoo design makes me want to get another one, so.